For those of you who don't know me, I am Janet Torres. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's joining us today. We know that everyone is busy and your time is very, very valued. So just wanted to say thank you in advance to everyone who's here with us today. But more importantly, on behalf of all of us from the Women's Choice Award, I would like to thank you for your partnership and for helping us, supporting our mission of helping women find the best healthcare for themselves and for their families. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Janet Torres, and I thought I'd give you, put a face to the name for those of you who haven't met me in person, but now I'm going to go ahead and shut my video off, and we'll keep going, but just wanted to say hello personally. I want to thank you for joining us today. For those of you who are partners, we hope that you will walk away today with a great refresher about our company and about what we do and how we can help you grow your admissions with women. And for those of you who are new to our program, welcome, welcome. We hope this webinar will give you a 10,000-foot view of our program and the many benefits that it offers. So with that, let's get started. So this is kind of a loose agenda, but just to give you an idea of what we're going to be talking about today, we're going to be talking about the power of women. We're going to talk about the power of the Women's Choice Award seal and how it can really help you grow your admissions and differentiate yourself in the industry. Then we're going to talk a little bit about best practices and show you actual examples of things that hospitals are doing to promote the award and what's getting results. And then I'll share some case studies and a little bit of more information about some of our additional programs. So before we get into the Women's Choice Award seal, I think we need to go to the root of our award, which is women. So just a few things for you to consider. 94% of women make healthcare decisions for themselves and or others. Women truly are the chief medical officers for their family. They make the decisions for not just themselves, but they really have a multiplier effect. They influence the decisions for themselves, for their parents, and for their children. So this is a huge audience that you definitely want to reach. Knowing that 94% of women are the ones that are making healthcare decisions, you want to make sure that you reach that market. And that's why they truly represent the largest market opportunity in the world. There is no more influential audience out there than women. They truly do represent the largest market opportunity in the world. So something to know is that once converted, a woman becomes your best advocate. We truly are the original social network. Women will tell their friends, their neighbors, their relatives, and anyone who's willing to listen about the experience that they've had. So if you treat women right, which everyone on this phone call is an award-winning hospital, so you don't have to worry about that. You guys have already gotten in the good graces of women in your community. So definitely leverage that. Again, women will be your biggest advocates and will spread the word about you. So make sure that you target them and, leverage your award. We've done our research, and 80% of women feel more confident going to a hospital that is earned and proudly displays the Women's Choice Award. No other award has that kind of power to really connect with women and really influence her decision. In fact, we've put our award up against all other awards, including U.S. News, Healthgrades, Leapfrog, on. And time again, the Women's Choice Award truly is the leader when it comes to awards that influence her ultimate decision of where to go for the best health care. So that's a very powerful statistic I wanted to share with you. Another thing is 64% of women will seek visual validation before making a decision. What does that mean? That means that you can put out as much content as you want about your hospital, and paragraphs about your facility and about your state-of-the-art equipment and your doctors and so forth. But as women and even as consumers, we do not read through everything. We are looking for visual validation that helps us kind of find that shortcut. We don't have the time to comb through your entire website. So we're looking for something that'll catch our eye. And that's where the seal comes in. Put the award on the homepage, put it prominently on there, so that it connects immediately with women. So women do seek visual validation, so make sure that the seal is everywhere where they're looking. Another thing that you may not know is that only the top 10% of hospitals in the country earn the Women's Choice Award. That's something that we're extremely proud of, and you should be extremely proud of. You truly are in the top 10% of hospitals in the country. The Women's Choice Award, like keeping true to women that set the bar very, very high and have very high standards, only the top 10% of hospitals can carry the award. So they set the bar high, and so do we. So, whereas other award companies, their numbers are a little larger, top 20%, top 50%, ours only are the top 10% of hospitals. So a big pat on the back for you for being able to carry the Women's Choice Award, because it truly is an honor. So I want to bring to your attention the patient journey. As healthcare professionals, we are so ingrained in the healthcare world that we know the terminology, we know the processes, we know everything in and outs of hospitals. But it's important to sometimes take a step outside of that and put yourself in the patient journey and how the Women's Choice Award can help every step of the way. So the first thing is, that first stage is either an illness or a diagnosis. Someone will start feeling, not well, or they'll notice something that, they should probably get checked out. So that's the first step. Now they're thinking, okay, where do I go? I'm not feeling well, or I've just been given a diagnosis of something that I need to treat. So where do I go? Consumers will immediately go into information overload, where they will look for as much information as possible on hospitals, on treatments, on so forth. In fact, 91% of consumers will look for validation before making a decision. They're not going to just go to any hospital. They are going to look and see where they should go. They're going to start doing their research. And the validation comes in that nowadays, nobody wants to hear what you have to say about your hospital. People want to know what others have to say about you. And that's not just in the hospital world, that's in everything. That's why we've been trained to look for online reviews. We've been trained to look for awards. We ask people for recommendations. Consumers are becoming less and less trusting of what a company has to say and putting more of a trust in what others have to say about you. So third-party validation is what everybody is looking for, and that's what the Women's Choice Award provides. It validates what you're already saying about your hospital or your medical center. So she's doing her research now, and she's looking for the best care and needs that reassurance that she's making the best decision. So when she goes onto your website, you want to make sure that she sees the Women's Choice Award prominently, which leads me to the question. Is the Women's Choice Award seal prominently placed on your website? If it's not, then you're really missing an opportunity to connect instantly with the decision maker. Again, think of one of the statistics I mentioned earlier. 64% of women will look for visual validation. They want something to stand out that will catch their attention. Make sure that you have the award seal prominently on your homepage. If it is in your About Us, awards, buried in there, it's not going to be easy to find. It's not going to connect with them. So again, think of the patient journey and what they're looking for and how the Women's Choice Award will help connect with them. Okay, so they've done their research. They've decided you're the best hospital to go to. Now they're in there. They're about to get a procedure done, or they've just taken a loved one to your hospital, and they're sitting there and they're still second guessing themselves, because that's what we do. You second guess yourself and you go, is this the best place? Did I bring them to the right place? Am I getting the best care? You want to make sure that you reassure her every step of the way. So even though she's now in your hospital, reassure her that she's in the best hands. How do you do that? Make sure that you have the Women's Choice Award banners prominently in the lobby. As soon as they walk in, give them that reassurance that they're in the right place. Make sure you hang the posters in the waiting room or have tent cards on the tables. You know, add messaging in your waiting room monitors. You want to make sure that throughout the patient journey that you're reassuring her that she is in the right place. So just want to keep you in mind, remind you of the patient journey, because again, as healthcare professionals, we kind of get ingrained in our day-to-day stuff, but you know, you want to remind yourself of how someone from the outside experience goes through their journey. So the question is, are you repping your award? And by rep, I mean recognize, educate, and promote. So these are the three things that you really should be doing to get the full, to get every opportunity and fully leverage the award. So the R is recognize. Make sure you recognize your employees for the role that they've played in helping you earn the award. Use it as an excuse for an internal celebration. From the front desk to the doctors, let them know that you've earned the Women's Choice Award, and more importantly, take a moment to thank them for how they helped you. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone wants to feel appreciated, and this is a great excuse to do it. Plus, it's nice for them to know that they have a leg up on the competition. You know, at the end of the day, everybody wants to work for the best. And so make sure that you recognize it and use the award as a reason to recognize them for all the great care that they're providing. Then educate them. You know, it's one thing to say, hey, we just earned the Women's Choice Award. But at the end of the day, you're going to have a lot of people who are going, okay, well, what does that mean? You know, so make sure that you educate them on how you earn the award. Make sure that you talk about how women are the most influential market that there is. They are the most powerful market. They are the chief medical officers for their family. Make sure that you're familiar with our methodology and how you earned it. You know, the more that your staff knows about the award and how you earned it, and that they're in the top 10% of all hospitals, that's extremely, you know, gives them a sense of pride. And the more they know about the award, the better it'll be. And then promote. Promote, promote, promote. Now is certainly not the time to be humble. Tell the world about your award, from your community to your local newspapers to anyone who's willing to listen. Use the award as a way of building credibility and differentiating yourself from your competition. So make sure that you rep your award, recognize, educate, and promote. So a question that I get all the time is, you know, where should I use the Women's Choice Award seal? So the answer is very simple. Everywhere. Everywhere. As the saying goes, if you've got it, flaunt it. You know, there's never a reason not to use the seal. It'll certainly never ever hurt you. In fact, the more you use it, the better. Women by nature are multitaskers, so you're not gonna be able to get their attention just one time. In other words, you know, by doing one social media post, it's not going to move the needle. By putting it on one print ad, it's not going to make a difference. You need to make sure that you remind them every step of the way. So make sure that you include the seal on your social media posts, on your press releases, on your website, any direct mail pieces that you do, anywhere at all, make sure that you incorporate the seal. It doesn't have to be the top, you know, the most prominent, but just anywhere that you can include it in there, it'll certainly never ever hurt you. So with that, I'm going to actually show you some actual examples of some hospitals that are doing an amazing job of leveraging the award and including it in their materials. So social media, if you are not leveraging it on social media, you are missing a huge opportunity. Social media is truly a social habit. Here's a little fun fact. People check their social media channels on average 8 times a day. 8 times a day. So this is a medium that people are going to regularly throughout the day. If you have not used your social media page to promote your award, you're missing a huge opportunity. Here is an example. that White Plains hospitals did, and look at the response they got. They didn't do much. They just said, you know, they put the seal on there and say, we're proud to have earned the Women's Choice Award, and the feedback was amazing. They got over 500 likes, they got 49 comments, 57 shares. I mean, posting it on social media will get people's attention, and it's the gift that keeps on giving. So these are some examples of social media, but one tip that I would share with you is to tie your award into relevant female dates or holidays. If you don't have a list of those for social media, let us know, and we can certainly send that to you. Here are some print ads. A lot of our hospitals do print ads. Make sure that you include the seal on any print ads that you currently have. These are, you know, examples from our hospitals that have done a great job of including the seal on there. Again, you're probably doing print ads already. If you are, just put the seal on there. It could be prominent, it can be just in a corner. These are some examples that you can reference. As I mentioned earlier, most of consumers will do research prior to making a decision. So make sure that the seal is on your website homepage. Don't bury it in the About Us and recognition, because again, it won't be found, it won't be seen. Over 83% of patients will visit a hospital website before booking an appointment. 83%. So knowing that, you want to make sure that the seal is on there prominently on your website. These are some examples of some really great, some of our hospitals that have done a great job of doing that. Having a dedicated page about the Women's Choice Award is very, very smart. Don't just have the seal on your website, but actually link it to content. One thing to keep in mind is that web crawlers, which are for search engine optimization, they do not recognize images. So just having the seal on your website is great for consumers. It's great for your community to see and attract them. But as far as Google is concerned and other search engines, it needs to have text with it. So a tip is to have a dedicated page about the award to help with your SEO, your search engine optimization. You know, if you don't have one already, I highly recommend that you create one. Here are some examples from some of our hospitals that have done that. We can supply you with copy that you can use and that we highly recommend that you use. And you can create that page, and you know, even if it's buried somewhere on your website, it will certainly help with website optimization and search engine optimization. So if you don't have a dedicated page about the Women's Choice Award, please create one. Again, going back to the patient journey, think about how someone searches for a hospital. They'll put in best hospital for this or award-winning hospital for that. Those are the most popular search terms when it comes to the hospitals. So our award touches on all of those. Best hospital, award-winning. Those are all popular search terms. Put yourself in the place of the person who's looking for that information and make sure that you follow that model. So by creating this page, it can really help with your search engine optimization. Press release. If you haven't done a press release about your award, I can't recommend that enough. As part of your onboarding, you received a press release template. If you did not use it, it's never too late. We've had partners that have used it, hospitals and medical centers who have used it and received great pickup. So definitely, you know, it's another resource for you and another way for you to attract, you know, people and promote your award and attract people to your hospital. So definitely use the press release if you haven't done so already. Banners. As part of our program, we provide you with banners that you can use, you know, throughout your hospital. So we have done our research, and when we asked women where they would most likely notice a hospital award, the 3 top locations were the hospital's entrance, a hospital waiting room, and the hospital website. Again, hospital's entrance, hospital waiting room, and hospital website. Those are the 3 places where women take notice more than any other place. So knowing that, Make sure that you have your banners and the waiting rooms. Make sure you have it at the entrance. Again, keep in mind the patient journey. You want to reassure her every step of the way that she's in the best hands possible. Videos. These days, people just don't have time to read articles and go through, too much information. So they're looking for what we call snackable content. Tidbits of information that kind of gets the message out to them quickly, and it's shareable, and they can, kind of digest it easily. And the preferred medium these days are videos. This is a great example of a partner that used a video to promote the award, and this is Connecticut Children's Medical Center. They did a short video that was less than a minute to announce their award and promote their award. And just to give you an idea of the engagement it received, on average, their videos get about 6,000 views, and this video received over 11,000 views, over 150 shares, 417 likes. So it's something to think about. If you haven't done a video, it's something to think about. You can promote the award, include the seal, do something maybe a little fun with your staff. So video is another great way to promote the award on social media or on your website. And think outside the box. I mean, there's really no limit to where you can use it, from your on-hold messaging to newsletters to outdoor billboards. If you have community events, make sure that you include the seal on there as well. Here are some best practices that some of our hospitals did. A hospital of ours recently added signage at their local playground. They had earned the award for pediatrics and for emergency care. So they know that moms go to the playground and take their kids. So, why not promote the award there? So they got some great signage and banners that they put at the local playground, and it was a great idea. Another hospital, if you look at the top left image there, that is a table wrap at the local mall. So think about that. At the local mall, there's a ton of female shoppers. It's women. It's who you're trying to reach. So they did an amazing job of promoting their breast centers and adding that they were a Women's Choice Award hospital and to come visit them for, for the best care for their breast centers. So very smart, very smart. Also make sure to add it to your recruiting language. The healthcare industry is extremely competitive when it comes to nursing and just staffing in general. So everybody wants to work for the best. So make sure that you include the Women's Choice Award in your recruiting language, on your website, on your career page, or however it is that you do your recruiting. Make sure that you include it as well. Just think outside the box. Again, there's really no limit to where you can use it and how it can help you. Now here's a case study that I wanted to share with you. The medical campus in Crosby has been a long-standing partner of ours, and we absolutely love them. Peggy, shout out to Peggy if she's on the call today. But she actually came in, Peggy joined the team at the medical campus in Crosby and noticed that they weren't really leveraging the seal as much as she thought that they should. So she had a limited budget, which I think most of us can relate to. And she wasn't able to do a big blowout about the Women's Choice Award, but she figured, hey, you know what, I'll add it to the existing initiatives that we have. So she did nothing new. She simply just added it to the things that they already had, which were outdoor billboards, print ads, website, hospital monitors, things that didn't really cost her anything that she was already, but she had already budgeted for. And the results were impressive. For her primary care visits, the previous year she had over 43,000 visits to her primary care unit, and the following year she had 55,000. So an increase of over 1,000 visits per month. And Peggy says the only change in their marketing over the year prior was adding the Women's Choice Award. They were following the same model, reaching the same audience, and the only change was adding the Women's Choice Award in the materials, and the response was amazing. She then moved from primary care and moved on to her OBGYN and started adding the seal there as well. And she went from a little over 6,000 visits to almost 8,500 visits the following year. So she was extremely happy with that, and couldn't talk enough about the award and how it helped her get to those numbers. And perhaps even most importantly is her HCAP scores. She was, the year after they started using the Women's Choice Award, they went from a 75 HCAP score to a 78.6. So that, you know, again, when you think of how the award can help, it helps increase admissions, it helps increase HCAP scores, it helps with, you know, employee morale, community engagement. So, you know, on so many levels, you know, it's so helpful. Here's another case study that we did on social media. You know, we always say, you know, use the seal, but, you know, we put it to the test and at the request of one of our partners. And we conducted several Facebook ads, some with the seal, some without the seal. And the Facebook ads that had the Women's Choice Award seal incorporated into the image, so all the text was the same, the image was the same, the only difference was that we added the seal, produced much, much better than those without the seal. In fact, 30% increase in click-through rates simply by adding the Women's Choice Award seal. So again, I can't stress enough, wherever possible, include the seal because it really, really does help. So hopefully you've gotten a little bit excited and started thinking, well, what else can I do and how can I really dive in? So this is the website, and this is what we call our healthcare portal, where you can go and find all the available resources that we have out there. So we're going to be sending everybody a copy of this presentation, but even it's important to make a note of this website, take a picture of the screen, whatever makes sense for you, but just go to womenschoiceaward.com/HC-overview, and that's healthcare-overview. And there you'll find a ton of resources that will help you leverage the award. You'll find talking points, press release templates, infographics, information on our patient education library, and really step-by-step way that you can really leverage the award. So no other award company provides as many tools and resources as we do. And we do that because we want all of our partners to really take full advantage of our program and all the benefits that, that it offers. So the healthcare portal is your 24/7 you know, place to go if you need any sort of information about our award or actual tools that you can access anytime. And so we'll now, I'd like to introduce you to Pearl, which is our Patient Education Resource Library. For those of you who don't know Pearl, this is a new program that we rolled out last year, which has been extremely successful with our hospitals. And Pearl was created based on demands from our hospitals. We kept hearing over and over that, you know, people wanted educational resources and hospitals wanted to provide educational resources, but unfortunately they didn't have enough resources internally to create these materials. I mean, if you've ever done so, you know, you got to get your research, you have to have copywriters, you have to have somebody who designs it, you have to make sure the information is accurate and so forth. So most of our partners didn't have enough internal resources. And for those of you who did, they would complain that, you know, creating these materials was taking up way too much time and taking them away from more profitable projects. So because of that feedback that we received, you know, we took it upon ourselves to create an entire library of educational resources. In fact, there's over 175 pieces of educational material. There's flyers, there's brochures, there's website copy. There's so much information on there on a variety of different topics. We have from bariatrics, obstetrics, heart care, orthopedics. Every single service line has over a dozen materials. And this program is extremely turnkey. It's truly amazing. All the content is there, the format is there. It's literally drag and drop. You can just drop your logo in, customize your website, your contact, drop in the Women's Choice Award seal, and the materials are ready to go. You can save them and put them digitally on your website. You could print on demand. And for those of you who like to use your own content and want to keep your own template, your own colors, that's fine. A lot of our materials are even in Word format. so that you can just simply copy and paste the text into whatever template and whatever your brand guidelines are. So this year, I am proud to say that we've given access to all of our partners for their service line. So most of you are familiar with our Pearl Library, but for those of you who are not, please reach out to me so that we can send you your login information. But for every award that you licensed with the Women's Choice Award, we will give you free access. So if you've earned it for stroke care, you can access our stroke care. If you've won multiple awards, say obstetrics, patient safety, and orthopedics, you'll have access to all of those 3 service lines. So that's another way of us creating helping our partners and providing educational resources. So just to give you an idea, comparable services like this that provide educational materials cost over $25,000. And maybe some of your hospitals already use some of these companies, and you can attest to that it costs over $25,000 to have access to these kinds of resources. But we're providing it for free for our partners, just as another way for you to have more materials and, you know, connect with women in your community. And now we have some additional programs that, again, are not included as part of your agreement. So these are supplemental programs, but ones that we're very excited to talk to you about. And one of them is our Walmart kiosk program. We actually have partnered with Walmart to promote our hospitals through their Walmart kiosks. So this is a digital campaign where it allows you to have brand awareness, email acquisition, and digital targeting. By having these campaigns at the Walmart, we can target consumers right in your service area. We can target people, whatever audience you're trying to reach. If you're trying to promote, say, your orthopedic service line, and you want to target men and women over the age of 40 that have hip and joint pain, and you want to help us you want help finding those people, we can do that through our Walmart kiosk program. We're very excited about this. And campaigns for this start as low as $5,000 per month, and the results are amazing. It promotes you as one of our award-winning hospitals, and again, it's a lead generation program that will take people right to your website, you know, email acquisition, so that you can continue the conversation with them. So we're going to talk actually more about the Walmart kiosk program in a different webinar. But I wanted to kind of plant the seed with you and just let you know that this is a program that's available to you. So if you can't wait for the next webinar and you want to get more information right away, let me know, and I'm happy to have a phone call. This program is already in place, so we can start promoting it. You know, you can start taking advantage of it right away, but definitely something to look into. Another program that we're excited about is our Physicians Distribution Network. We now have a physicians network of over 250,000 physicians across the United States. This is a turnkey program that we're now offering to our partners, where we have written permission and access to nearly 250,000 physicians and their patients. So what that means to you is that we can geo-target physicians and their patients to promote your hospital services. So we can target by zip code or by medical specialties, and we can include content from your hospital in these little patient goodie bags that are given out at doctors' offices. So this is a great way to promote yourself as a Women's Choice Award hospital and provide any information that you want to get into the hands of people within your community. So in these little goodie bags, we can include educational materials. We can include invitations to community events that you're having. If you're doing free health screenings, if you're doing, you know, promoting a new service line that you just started, a new wing in your hospital, we can include information in these goodie bags and put them right in the hands of the audience that you're trying to reach. And best of all, we have permission to do so. A lot of our hospitals would love to reach physicians, but they just can't, and they're not allowed to. They don't have permission to. So this is kind of a back door to reaching those physicians and their patients. So this is an additional program that we're really, really excited about. And again, we're going to talk more about it at our next webinar. But if you can't wait till then, definitely give me a call. This is really exciting program that we're happy to offer our partners. So I keep talking about the next webinar, but if you want to save the date from now, I would definitely encourage you to do so. It will be August 24th. And in that webinar, we'll be discussing some of the additional programs that we kind of talked a little bit about today, which is our Walmart kiosk program and also the physicians distribution network that we have. So these are all ways that, you know, we want to make sure that you fully leverage our partnership, not just in using the seal, but really tapping into all the different programs that we offer and all the different ways that we can help you. So with that, I just want to have a 1-minute exercise and, you know, encourage you to write down 3 things that you can really start doing right away, whether it's internally or externally, to promote the award. You know, one of the things that, you know, I always hear in training is that you'll really only remember 15% of all that I talked about today. And I know it was a lot and a lot of information. So I can't encourage you enough to take a moment to just write down 3 things that can help you really, that you can do right away to start leveraging the award, whether it's adding the seal to your website or sending out a press release or doing a social media post. Let us know, you know, how we can help you, but hopefully you got a few ideas today on how we can help, on how you can really leverage the award. And with that, I just want to say again a very, very heartfelt thank you for joining us today. I don't take it lightly that we're all busy and we don't have a whole lot of time. So I can't thank you enough for joining me today on this webinar. My contact information is on the screen, jtorres@womenschoiceaward.com, and also Ruth from my team. Between the 2 of us, we will be here for anything that you need. I hope you've walked away with some creative ideas on how you can leverage the award and some new programs that hopefully you're excited about, and, you know, just a sense of pride for being an award-winning hospital. So thank you for your time today. If you would like a copy of this presentation, please let us know. Send us a quick email and we'll be more than happy to send it to you. But again, thank you so much for your time today, and I hope to see you at the next webinar on August 24th. Thanks again. Have a good one.